Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Fauzan. Basically, we are from group. We need to propose the mini project of Highway Engineering 1. So before we start our presentation, I introduce my group members. So this is Hafiz, Fatima, Ain, and this is Rahim. So before we start our presentation, this is our presentation overview. Basically, the first part is introduction part. So in the introduction part, we're gonna explain a little bit about what we are going to do in this kind of project. So the next one is design goal, design requirement. So these two design we can explain what is the design that we have proposed in this project. So the next one is the methodology. Methodology is about the steps or the procedure we are going to do before we are going to finish up our design proposed project. And then highway design, we're going to talk about the flexible pavement design, road cross section, vertical alignment, and highway 2D design. And after that, we're going to conclude our presentation. So the first part is introduction. Basically, we're going to do about what is Dr. just give our assignment project. So this introduction, we're going to do a project, a two-lane state road that aims to connect the section of roadway between the two jalan, which is Jalan Semabu and Jalan Mat Hassan. So in this kind of project, we need to design the profile of the proposed construction in terms of vertical alignment in order to provide an acceptable level of traffic safety and comfort with a limited budget. So the design goals, we need to come up, the first thing is that to save and smooth the transition from one curve to another curve. So the next is to produce the most economical design. So in order to make the road or the bridge is economical condition, so we need to conduct based on the design in order to reduce the cut and the budget. Next is to keep the grid of the vertical curve as low as possible. So this is some sort like to the safety one, to the safe of the road user. So the next is to consider and implement traffic control device in the design of the roadway. So this is basically traffic control in traffic light, like traffic light or maybe the signboard and etc. So the last one is we come up with to produce a 3D design of the proposed construction. So in that particular design, we're going to show about the illustration of the design of our project. So the next part I pass to Ain.
Okay. For the design requirements that were given first. For the design requirements, first, the elevation of any point of highway must be at 170.5 meter at the end of Jalan Mahasan and from station 3 plus 600 to the station 4 plus 00 for the proposed section of roadway is expected to cross the river. At station 2 plus 400, the proposed section of roadway is expected to intersect an existing section of roadway. The initial grade that were required are negative 1% and final grade must be negative 1.5%. Okay, for the methodology, first we must understand the context of what we are going to do on this project. Second is setting the design objective, which means we need to make sure the design is low cost and give safety to the users. And the third is we need to establish the requirements like the slide before, the grade, the coordinate of the road. And lastly, we need to develop highway design, which is the vertical alignment based on the requirement given.
Okay, I will talk about the highway design. I will talk about the first two results. So the flexible pavement design and the road cross section. So for flexible pavement design, to design a road there are few layers, as you can see here. The surface cross, the base, sub-base, and then the sub-grade layer. So these layers we have to include in our design to design a modern road for our design. Okay, the second one is the cross section, the road cross section. The road cross section, as given in requirements, it has to be 2 lane. So 2 lane, according to what's given, it's going to be like the length of the lane 3.6 from both sides, and then between them medium, the inside shoulders and outside one, and the drainage of the nature. Yeah. And then here, explanation more about each one.
Yes, I will talk about the vertical alignment. Okay, this is what we summarize the curve that we have. We have 6 stations. First, the curve 1 until the curve 6. Okay, this one is the vertical one. Okay, first of all, it's given a -1% grade. After that, we calculate for we find the PVC. After that, it will be EBT. And we calculate the PVI, which is the elevation 1 and the station 1. And after that, we got the distance between the PVC to the lowest or peak of the curve, which is SM. And next. Okay, for the vertical one, we got the elevation of the lowest point, which is the peak one. The elevation is 216 meter. Okay, for the station 2, which is before the traffic lights, before the intersections. Okay, this is the set curve we calculate, and the elevations of the set curve is next. Okay, we got the 196 meter. Okay, for the vertical curve 3, it is located at the intersections. Okay, we got the peak curve, which is more higher than the PVC one, the PVC elevations. Okay. Okay, from that we calculate for the elevations of the lowest point, the distance of the PVC to the peak curve, which is we got 196 meter. Okay, for the station 4, same goes. It is before the bridge. It is there is a curve there. Okay, we calculate just now. We got the elevations of the SM, and then the elevations of the set curve is 191 meter. We got. Okay, the second last, the curve is located after the bridge. It is the longest distance from the others. Okay, we got the value of SM for the elevation 188, which is near to 190 meter. Okay, the last one, it is located before the end point of the Jalan Mat Hassan, which is the PVT is the point, the end point of Jalan Mat Hassan. Okay, we calculate the elevations of the lowest point, which is the set curve one. Okay, the distance between the PVC to the elevation of the lowest point is 180 meters. Okay, I will pass to Rahim for 3D design.
Okay, I'm going to talk about 3D design of the proposed road. As we all know, in 3D, that is where we are going to see the most reliable features that we are going to put in our design. And this is one of the most presentable parts in any design, because part of all the parts my colleagues have been talking about, to any layman, they will not understand it. But at this point, when you show them where you are going to have all the devices, the design and the bridge of the road, then it's going to be interested to the claim. So at this point, this is the proposed road for the 2 jalans we are going to provide. And at this point, at the Change 2 plus 400, we are going to have a junction that is that you can see on the drawing. And as you can see, as we go on, like this, from the locations that we are going to work on, we are required to have a bridge, and that is where we are having this. So we propose this so that at least we can connect the 2 villages, and to make it as we base this design on the requirement budget for the road, so that at least we can be within the range of the proposed money for the project. And to see the top view after doing all the necessary things that we are going to do on the. So in conclusion, we have proposed the cross section, as you can see in the drawing and from all the designs that my colleagues have talked about. So the road is designed in such a way that the amount of the cut and fill that we need to do is reduced to barest minimum as much as possible. And the road cross section is also designed in a way that it will allow the traffic and the safety that we needed to put in the design. Everything has been embedded in this design. So at this point, this is our presentation, and thank you very much for the time.